Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey. And if I could do the other part, I might do something like, hey, 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 hey. Something like that. Anyway, Antifa news. Antifa arrested after a year on the run. Wah, wah. So, folks, you may remember last October, this was October 6th, this happened. And as we watch this video, make sure you pay attention to this guy with the rash on the back of his coat here. All right, he'll show up towards the end of this video, but here we go. Alrighty, so that guy allegedly is Sean Clancy. We're going to look at two different articles. We're not going to read all of both of them, but here we have Andy No, writing for the post-millennial Antifa militant who attacked elderly man arrested in Portland, November 21st. So over a year later, folks. Andy No writes, a Portland Antifa militant wanted for assault of an elderly driver has been arrested after being on the run for months. Sean Clancy, 37, was arrested on Wednesday by Portland police on an outstanding felony warrant stemming from a violent protest last year. On October 6, 2018, Clancy was allegedly part of a far-left mob who shut down a street in downtown Portland and attacked an elderly driver. And he has the video that we just watched, so we'll skip over that. Viral video recorded at the time showed a mob kicking and chasing a silver sedan being driven slowly by a 74-year-old Kent Hauser. Police identified Clancy as one of the individuals who struck Mr. Hauser's car with a metal baton after he was shoved inside. Damages to his car required thousands of dollars in repairs. At the time of the arrest on Wednesday, police found and charged Clancy with carrying concealed weapons. Police confiscated a stun gun with an Antifa sticker as well as brass knuckles. Clancy was also charged with criminal mischief in the first degree relating to the attack on Mr. Hauser last year. Before moving to Portland, Clancy lived in Florida and Pennsylvania. The suspect identifies as non-binary and has been involved in extreme Antifa activities for at least 2 decades. Non-binary. Let's look again at Sean. If you're not even trying, or let's say this, if you're intentionally trying to look like a cisgender male, how do you call yourself a non-binary? I mean, that's like I dare you to call me on it kind of a thing, because you're not allowed, because it's politically incorrect if you try to call me on it. I am a woman, got the mutton chops, and you're not even trying. Fuck you. You are not non-binary. You're one of those people who are just taking advantage and going, yeah, I dare you to call me on it, because if you do, you know you'll be doxxed as a Nazi. Anyway, they continue. On social media, Clancy encouraged fellow comrades to bring sharp weapons to protests. Andy No included that in this post-millennial article, but the Oregonian/Oregon Live did not include that. Here we see, apparently, his weapons. Stun gun with an Antifa sticker, brass knuckles. The photo apparently is from the Portland police. In an interview with the post-millennial, Mr. Hauser, now 75, said he was unaware of Clancy's arrest. He says no one else has been held accountable for the attack until now. Quote, I get emotional thinking about and reliving this, unquote. He says, quote, I tried looking for a police officer. There were none in sight, unquote. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler and the police were heavily criticized at the time for seemingly allowing violent protesters to shut down the streets in an unpermitted demonstration. Yeah, as we've seen from Brandon Farley, the police literally watched the protesters just block traffic and harass people. After Hauser was attacked, the protesters then occupied a busy downtown intersection where they again stopped traffic. Viral video recorded at the scene showed cars being hit and drivers subject to racial slurs. Since 2016, there have been around 24 left-wing and right-wing protests that devolved into riots in the Portland area. Antifa groups have been responsible for the most violent attacks on citizens, property, and law enforcement. Mr. Hauser says that to date, he has not heard from the mayor. Quote, "What are you doing to protect the people of this city?" Unquote, he asks. Quote, "You've been a total disgrace." Unquote. Mr. Hauser was also subjected to a doxing campaign last year by Portland's Resistance, an Antifa group whose leader is chummy with the mayor. Okay? If you remember, folks, Portland's Resistance, that's the thing led by Gregory Robert McKelvey, his wife, and Micah Rhodes. Alrighty, folks, so then the article links to this right here, and you can see this is an archived Twitter thread. Gregory McKelvey, again, is the one of the 3 leaders of Portland Resistance, which is Antifa. We've already proven that multiple times in past videos, etc. And he's like, hey, you know, we protested today and we had a baby shower. So the mayor responds to Gregory Robert McKelvey with, "Glad you had a good day, Gregory. Congratulations on a growing family." So wait a minute, so you're chumsy with a guy who is known for being a local Antifa leader? What the fuck? This is a guy who may have embezzled thousands of dollars. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to go into it because I already have gone into it, but this is crazy. Gregory McKelvey responds to the mayor, "I truly appreciate that." Okay, so here's an anarchist/communist Antifa fuck being all palsy with the mayor. "Hey, mayor. Hi, authority figure here. Cops and Clan go hand in hand. The mayor's a Nazi. Hi, mayor. How you doing?" What the fuck? What hypocrites? This is so insane. Antifa and the mayor palsy with each other. Okay, it's too crazy. It's fucking insane. It's goddamn insane. Another one bites the dust. Okay, where was I? Sean Clancy's next court date is on January 3rd, 2020. Alrighty, so that's the entirety of Andy No's article. We're going to read some of this article by the Oregonian/Oregon Live. Portland protester arrested a year after viral video shows attack on Lexus as it drove through demonstration. By the Oregonian/Oregon Live. Alright, we're not going to read the whole thing because it would be redundant. We're just going to read the parts that I put in bold. So, for example, here, Clancy now faces an additional allegation of carrying a concealed weapon. Down here, I put this in bold. Others appeared to strike and hit his vehicle. And I put that in bold because, come on, we can see the video. They are hitting the vehicle. Come on. Ridiculous. Down here I put this stuff in bold. Police who were nearby but mostly unseen made no effort to intervene. I put that in bold because even the Oregonian, which is slanted towards the mayor and towards Antifa, even they are saying that the police watched this happen and didn't do anything about it. Okay, so then the Oregonian writes this. Check this out. Conservative pundits and media outlets pounced on a video of the episode, viewed millions of times, to paint Portland as a lawless town run by marauding left-wing mobs. So here, they're pretty much complaining that people around the nation got to see what happens in Portland. And conservatives took advantage of that to paint us as a lawless town. Well, come on. Nobody's fooling anyone here. We all know what goes on in Portland. Come on. Don't insult your own intelligence. Don't insult mine. This is crazy. Come on. No one's fooling anyone. People think we're a lawless, left-wing, marauding town because they got to see video of a left-wing, marauding mob in a lawless situation with police not doing anything about it. It's not fair. Millions of people saw that. Goddamn conservatives. Like, maybe they just don't want to run anyone over, and maybe they've seen videos like the one that we showed in our last video where these people will jump in front of your moving vehicle to make you hit them. Maybe they just don't want that. Maybe they want people out of the goddamn street when they're not supposed to be in the street. Anyway, they continue. Progressive activists invoking previous incidents when drivers used their cars as weapons against protesters accuse Hauser of reckless behavior and trying to mow them down. 10 months later, on August 13th, a Multnomah County grand jury indicted Clancy and a warrant was issued for his arrest, court records show. Records show Clancy told jail intake staff that he works as a bouncer at the Belmont Inn and Club Desire and is currently couch surfing between houses. And this part bears repeating. It ends with his next court date is scheduled for January 3rd. The Gateway Pundit reported on this, with Antifa terrorists finally arrested after year-old car attack protest by Brock Simmons. Here are some parts of that article. Police in Portland have accidentally started doing their job. Either that or pressure on the Antifa capital is coming down from AG Barr. Further down they write, while the police looked on from down the block, refusing to intervene, they pondered pressing charges against the driver, who escaped the mob. Now, some of you might say, okay, come on, that's outrageous. No. Have you seen my last video? I think it was my last video where it was a case a lot like this, and they actually did arrest the driver in a case almost exactly like that. All right, anyway, Gateway Mob continues. Anyway, at some point, someone came to their senses, and some of the terrorists have apparently been identified. The Portland Police press release reads, and we're not going to read all this, but here we go. Investigators were able to identify the suspect who damaged the vehicle as 37-year-old Sean Clancy. Investigators worked with the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office, and the case was presented to a grand jury. The grand jury issued a secret indictment warrant for 1 count of criminal mischief 1 on August 13, 2019. During the arrest, officers located a pair of brass knuckles and a stun gun concealed on his person. And you can see here it says that if you have information to contact them, and there you see the contact info. Getting back to the Gateway Pundit, Multnomah County jail records show he was released on recognizance shortly after being booked, no bail required. And here we can see, this is from the MCSO. Proving that nothing is beneath them, the local media were quick to play cover for the terrorists as usual. And then they go on to make their case for that down there. And you can read that if you want. See the link below to this, what you're seeing there. And then, you can read all that if you want to. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our webpage. If you scroll down, you see the main categories right here. First one, news by subject by date, which will give you news in the culture war divided by subject and arranged alphabetically. So for example, anti-American hysteria, Antifa, anti-science from the left, attacks, etc. And if you click on the one for Antifa, which by the way I had to break up into 2 different things because the first one just got so overloaded that a lot of people, including myself, have trouble loading that up. So go to the newer one, Antifa in the news after November 15, 2019. And it's arranged with the newest at the top. So here we go for the 21st, and this right here is what I have been reading from this whole time. And sometimes I include parts of articles or entire articles, videos and whatnot, tweets, etc. Quiet down there, Missy. I'm doing something over here. See, there's a lot of tweets here, for example, lots of videos and information, live streams, etc., all arranged very neatly, newest at the top. And as you'll notice, folks, you can click on to donate to our Subscribe Star. It's like Patreon or PayPal without the political, hypocritical bullshit. And you can donate to us there. That would be wonderful. Going back, you can see we also have a link to our BitChute channel. BitChute is like YouTube without, again, the political regressive left bullshit. And make sure when you go to our BitChute channel that you subscribe to us and click this little bell icon too. Because just like with YouTube, you have to click the bell icon to be told via emails when we have new videos out. Also see the link below to Tabby's channel, Tabitha Barnum. Short, funny videos, great stuff, highly recommended. See the link for that. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Thanks for watching. Leave us a comment below. Make sure you give us a thumbs up as well. Till next time, liberty, strength, integrity, honor, honesty, justice, truth, love, and laughter.